Well, it's the Gamer's Den, and definitely glad to be sitting here in the seat. Usually, Jacoby would be here with all kinds of game equipment and things of that nature, but he left the ship here with me and Kara Oker. So we're going to see if some other folks join us as well. I think Siren may be joining us, and I did get an email from Janora. So hopefully, that email was telling me that she's on her way and that she'll be appearing also. So we're having some other folks coming. As a matter of fact, I see I've got another guest that has joined already. And definitely, I'll have Kara share a little bit of this person because I'm thinking that it might be Ali that is joining, who is there in the same area where she is, and all of that. But I'm going to have Kara come on, and we're going to talk about what's going on. And then I see something called Moon Darkness 423. So I'm guessing that that is Ali and everything. So that's just my guess, but we're going to find out if that's the case.
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's a lovely day. Like I said, Jacoby decided to leave us lieutenants in charge. I don't know whether he knows what he was getting into when he did that, but I think that we can handle everything and we'll have a great conversation. I know we were talking offline about some of the amazing things that have happened in the news because we are celebrating Pride Month. And, I wish that it was even like a whole Pride year or just a Pride decade or just a Pride celebration of all times. I think that that's what we should have on a regular basis and everything. But, President Joe Biden actually praised two professional athletes for coming out on Tuesday. So that was only 2 days ago, and he praised them over Twitter. So he said he was tweeted to Carl Nassib and Komi Yokoyama, two prominent, inspiring athletes who came out this week. I'm so proud of your courage. Because of you, countless kids around the world are seeing themselves in a new light today. So Carl Nassib is a 28-year-old defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders, and he came out as gay on Monday in an Instagram video, and he became the first publicly open active NFL player and garnered support from his teammates, fellow athletes, and even the league commissioner, Roger Goodell. So being a sports fan, I was glad to see that. And then Yokohama, a forward for the NSSL's Washington Spirit and Japan's national team, came out as a transgender man in a YouTube video that was posted on Sunday. So definitely it looks like a lot of folks are very glad to see folks being able to celebrate who they are and all of that. So definitely I was glad to see that and wanted to share that with our audience as well. And like I was telling you earlier, I was watching the Cube, which is a popular new game show, and the actual person that will be the contestant this evening, because they've gone through the first 3 rounds and they went through like really good. I think they've won, like they haven't lost any lives yet. And you know about the Cube, you lose lives. It's almost like the cat's 9 lives and you're trying to win money and everything. But they had not lost any lives in the first 3 games. But then they were, I think, starting to lose lives on the 4th game, which was much more challenging. So we'll see where they go from this point forward and everything. But it was a lesbian couple that had been together for 17 years, have a young child that is under 2 years old. And I think that they're using part of the money in order to get, they want to expand their family. So they want to get another kid and they want to do the whole in vitro process and all of that. So they're hoping to win some money to help with that process. Because even as D Wade said, because he's actually gone through that process with his wife, was saying that it's not any inexpensive proposition. So it does cost a lot of money and all of that. So they're trying to hopefully win some of this money through this game show. And then that's just 2 of the things that I've seen. I was going to mention the thing about Indeed, but I'll save that for later and all of that.
Yeah, a lot of thoughts going on. So if we can just kind of take a breath in between thoughts and allow for conversation, I think that'll be like super meaningful for everyone. Because it is a show for all of us. And I love the fact that it is Pride Month. Yes, it's Pride Month, and it's a time to especially know about the history, such as Stonewall is coming up, the anniversary of the Stonewall riots on the 28th. So important to even just learn about even a little bit, and the actual stories behind that, and also just know that like people in the LGBTQIA plus community, we don't just stop being a part of the community after after June 31st. It's
exactly.
with us always, and it's great, right? Yeah. And the good part about these months, though, is to recognize that and hopefully try to, understand how to be an ally and how to support people in the LGBTQIA plus community. Because there's no off switch, which is great, So I love that we have this platform to celebrate all the different parts of everyone who we all are.
No, I thoroughly agree with you on that and everything. I thoroughly agree with you. And one of the things I was going to say is that I would love for you, and I definitely wanted to bring in the guest that you brought on, because this guest is an amazing guest and all of that. But a lot of people don't know the history, and you were sharing some history with me, because I was actually talking about some of the history that I had heard, and you were saying, now, wait a minute, Mark, that's not quite the case. Yes, that individual did help with the riots, the Stonewall riots and everything, but there was more people involved. So if you could even share a little bit more of that story, because I know I learned something today, because I was thinking that it was the transsexual woman that was the leader, and you were like, no, she was involved, but she wasn't necessarily the leader and everything. So I'm sure that folks would love to hear more about that history that I just learned today.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's just so much to understand, because essentially, tensions were rising, and tensions were rising in 60s, especially 70s, like always, right? And it was making it harder for people in the community to just exist as people in the LGBTQIA plus community. Of course, not so many identities recognized at the time, but it was harder for people to just be themselves, and the police were getting involved, especially in New York City. So enough was enough. And I think a lot of people have heard the story of Marsha P. Johnson, who was an amazing activist. Amazing. She was an incredible activist for the community, especially for the transgender community, and just for being a badass woman. She was. And so I love badass women. But the whole, who threw the first brick at the police, it was actually a white woman who was an actress as well. Her name was Stormy DeLavari. And my apologies if I am getting the pronunciation incorrectly, but so it just goes to show how many, it was just like everyone was there just kind of saying, hey, enough is enough, and this isn't right. And people's lives were lost that day, and violence, but it was just one of those enough is enough, and I'm over it. And it's like, going back to anything going on, anything, you can relate it to any type of protest of, hey, enough is enough. I'm just trying to exist, please. And then any resistance you have regarding someone saying enough is enough, I'm just trying to exist, please. Look inside yourself. What stirs up inside you when you feel resistance regarding that? Getting a little health coachy, I guess. But I always find it helpful for me, even in learning about myself, what resistance is coming up. And from there, it's just a wonderful learning point. And I've learned, like I've learned a lot this month as well, as in addition to just getting to know wonderful people of all walks of life, especially this month. So it's just a really good time to, again, learn about history and root out the tall tales as well, because there's always tall tales, and just keep on learning.
No, it's all about learning. I definitely agree with you on learning and the importance of that and everything. So I'm going to bring in. That's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to bring in Ali into the conversation and everything.
Hey, you sweet human.
How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm enjoying my off day.
This girl works, and when she works, she naps because
I'm a workaholic. I do not like to stay at home. I work. My mom said she's going to start a therapy session called Work Anonymous for workaholics.
She says that for everyone on the block.
I know, she's going to start I was like, you know what? I think that will actually help workaholics because we just like to work. I work when I'm at home.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Well, normally I work on my artwork that I sell, and then also I try to set up like a little work schedule, to-do list of things that I have to do like throughout the day. Like if I have to wash my work clothes, and I like to plan stuff ahead early in the morning, even though I don't have to. I want to because it makes me feel better and organized.
Yes.
Because I will sit here and do nothing all day. I'll sit here and do nothing all day and just be like, okay, I know there's something I have to do, but I just can't remember what I have to do. So I write everything down so I keep track of it.
Guys, life tips.
Yeah, it's a really good, thing that I do in the morning, because like if I don't do it in the morning, I'm just gonna sit here and just have a blank, just be blank. I'm like, I know there's something I have to do, but I just don't remember. So I write everything down. I make sure my work clothes are ready for tomorrow, because I do have to work tomorrow at 10:30. So I got all my work clothes ready. I got my bag ready. I got my laptop charged. I finished some artwork this morning. And I finally got to hop on my PS4. It's been a minute. I finally got to hop on my PS4, and the one game I thought about was playing was Minecraft.
Minecraft?
I couldn't help. I was on YouTube and I was scrolling. I saw somebody build an awesome underground base, and I was like, I have to build it. So I've been building an underground base on Minecraft.
That sounds productive. Like you don't actually have it in your possession, but the fact that you're still creating it somehow, that would feel very productive.
I mean, it is. At the same time, it's relaxing too, because you get to build it to your needs. It's like you're building a house to your needs, which I really like about Minecraft.
No mess, no contractors to step over.
And on top of that, it's free. You don't have to pay nobody.
That's always
you don't have to pay nobody, and you don't have to worry about electric bill or water bill. Nothing. I love Minecraft.
Yeah, it sounds like it. None of those last things that get in the way and all of that. I was just wondering, as you were talking, I also can sometimes be, and folks that are part of this network know this, I can also be somewhat of a workaholic as well. But sometimes I find that there is an opposite side of being a workaholic that also plays into my life as well. Because I can be a workaholic, but also a procrastinator. So I was just wondering, do you find that happens into your life, Ali, where you have some workaholic tendencies, but also some procrastination habits?
Yep. I will procrastinate. Like my mom will tell me, like, hey, you have to wash your clothes. And she'll tell me this 3 days straight. And they'll just sit there like, because the way our apartment is like you have to go down to the basement to wash clothes. So I'm sitting here like, I really don't want to go down there and wash some clothes. So I will procrastinate.
Yeah, I just remembered I have wash that needs to be put in the dryer right now.
I got a load of dark clothes that have been sitting here since yesterday. Oh, Man, like I do procrastinate, but when it comes to being at my job, I always like to get the job done. I really don't like when people half do stuff at my job. That's just me. My boss doesn't like it either. Lately I've been working mornings by myself. Normally it's supposed to be two cashiers. So the girl that I was supposed to work with, she just recently got fired. So I was trying to figure out why she got fired. She got fired because she didn't show. So lately I've been the only cashier, and I did some artwork today, but also I just been relaxing. I do not feel like doing nothing at all. So play Minecraft and chill.
That sounds amazing. If you want Henry later, let me know.
Oh Lord.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
I would love to see Sir Henry though, but there's a lot of things I have learned since I moved down here to Ohio. Like a lot of people are really nice. Like everybody's really nice. My work is like we work as a family, which I really love, which I didn't see much of in Tennessee. So it was a new experience working at my job. I was like, oh, we all work together. I said, this is a new experience. I never experienced this. So it was like a first time experience for me. I love it down here. The weather kind of bipolar, but I still I don't like
Mark,
cicadas.
When you come to visit from North Carolina, it's going to be wonky weather.
No, I was expecting some wonky weather in Ohio. Like I said, I went to school in Milwaukee, so I know a little bit about that Midwest weather and everything. But Ali, where in Tennessee were you? Because I have some friends around Memphis and even some folks around Nashville. So where did you originally move from when you were in Tennessee?
I moved from Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's not a place to live to me. It's a place to visit. It's like a vacation spot because it's a lot of things wrong in Chattanooga that they need to fix as far as job wise. You have hardworking people that work really hard and you want to pay them less than what they actually need. And then you have all these beautiful apartments. Like they're really beautiful and some are like okay, but you want to charge people like $900 to $1,000 a month just to stay there. And it shouldn't have to be like that. And these people are working their butts off trying to like stay in nice places. And Tennessee is just too expensive. It's just too expensive. You'd have to be a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer to live there because it's so expensive. It really makes no sense. It's really expensive.
Well, start doing more of those YouTube videos. She has a channel. Did you see, Mark?
I did not see the channel. Tell me about this channel. I'm very much intrigued by it.
I have a YouTube channel where I live stream. I live stream Diablo on that channel. Diablo 3 is my favorite PS4 game of all time, all history. I'm waiting for them to come out with a new one, but I do live stream. I have a YouTube channel. I always forget the name.
It's under your name, Aaliyah Robinson.
I have two though. That's why I'm like, I have two. So I'm saying like, which one? But I live stream on both of them. I really love playing on the game. For me, playing on the game is like a great escape from reality, from the world. It's very relaxing, and I can stop thinking about work. I can just stop thinking for like a couple of minutes just to play a game that makes me feel comfortable.
What I love about your channel is that like literally anyone who is on it feels so comfortable. Like I actually watched more of the video after you showed it to me that one day. I was watching more and I just thought like, I just feel comfortable. Like, girl, this is what we're doing. We're gonna
like that's what I try to do.
I loved it. It just feels so comfortable. Just listening.
Thank you.
Makes you want to play video games. I'm like, whose console can I steal?
Don't steal nobody's console. They gonna ask, the police gonna ask, why did you steal the console? I was watching Aaliyah's YouTube video. But that's what I normally try to do on any of my live streams. I try to make people feel more comfortable in playing the game and teach them like step by step. I'm teaching my mom how to play the game. So she wants to learn how to play Devil May Cry 5, which is a really good game. I like it. I play it. We played it last night. She got through the first half of it, and then she was like, I'm going to bed. I'm done. So I try to make everybody comfortable.
Sounds like it. What is it about Diablo that you like? Because like I said, I am not, and I would never claim to be a video game person, but I am part of Jacoby's team and definitely love the concept of games, but not necessarily video games. But what is it about Diablo that you're a big fan of?
So Diablo is, you can make your character, like you can pick a character between a necromancer, a crusader, a monk, a witch doctor, a wizard, and each character has their own background story. It's not the same. Like the main story is the same story, but each character has a different background story. And I love it. It's so fun. It's so fun to play. Like when I first got it, I went in blind. I didn't look at YouTube. I didn't look up nothing. I just went in blind and started playing with buttons and started just playing around with it. And I started to fall in love with it because of the artwork, the stories behind each character, and the story itself about an angel falling from the sky trying to save humanity. That's what I really love about it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a deep story. Like when you get into the story, it's really deep because he was the angel in heaven and he decided that, listen, y'all angels up here are not giving the humans a chance to fix themselves. So I'm finna go down. I don't want to be an angel no more. I'm finna go down and help them. And that's what made me want to get deeper into the story. It's really fascinating story. I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it is a neat story.
Yeah, it has a really good story base.
We're setting you up. I hope you don't mind. I would love to broadcast your channel across the screen so people can check it out.
Oh, go ahead. Okay. I would love for that. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Because I'm like, oh wait, maybe I should ask first. Like,
oh, you're fine. Like, I really don't mind people sharing my content. Like, I normally do lives on YouTube. I do lives on Instagram and my Facebook. And Facebook and Instagram, I normally just talk because I have a lot of young base following me. And like this one girl, she hit me up and she said, I have something to tell you. I haven't told my mom yet, but I want to tell you because I feel comfortable. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what it is, but okay. She was like, I like girls. I was like, it's okay. And she was crying and I was like, it's okay. It's fine. I said, and her mom, she told her mom while I was on the phone with her, she told her mom, she said, Mom, I really like girls. I want to date girls. And her mom's like, I love you either way. I still will love you. I will always love you. And that made me cry. I was crying over the phone. I felt like a big sister. I was like, oh God.
Oh my gosh.
Because I told her she is 20. She's 20. And I told her, I said, that's a big step to becoming who you are. I said, it took me a while to talk to my grandmother about it. So when I finally told my grandmother, I said, Mom, Grandma, I'm bisexual. And she was like, it's okay. I still love you the same way. That gave me a relief. That gave me, it felt like a weight was lifted off my chest when I told her that. My mom, she already knew. My mom already knew. She's like, I already know. You ain't got to tell me. I already know. I was like, okay. But to have family that love you the same, they don't look at you different. They want to be there for you and support you. That is such a relief. I love my family. I love my 2 children. I love them. I love my friends. And also I love my followers. Also, I always message my followers and follow them back because they took the time out their day to follow me. So I'm gonna follow them back.
Mm.
Yeah,
And that's how I see it.
I'm gonna like cry myself.
Don't cry. You're gonna make me cry. We can't both be crying.
No,
Man.
That's very touching, and both of y'all are just sitting over here bawling left and right, and I'm about to join you in that conversation. About to join y'all in that and everything. But you actually mentioned something I was curious about. You mentioned the fact, and Jacoby has talked about that when he's running this show, and it is definitely his show and everything. But he's talking about the generational divide and how a lot of times we don't see that. So when you've been talking to your mother and even your grandmother, because maybe grandma plays some of the video games as well, how do you get them engaged in the video game world? Because I know a lot of times we talk about ways that different generations can get involved.
Yeah, so like my mom, she's in her 40s, so she loves video games. She loves Black Ops Mobile, like Call of Duty Mobile. She'll play that. So I got her a controller in her hand to play Black Ops. I told her we're gonna play offline first before you get online. It was difficult. It was hard because it's hard to teach somebody that's like physically here. Like on the screen, it's not as hard doing live streams and teaching people, but it was a challenge to teach my mom. But she got the hang of it and she loves it. She loves like all the games I have. And I'm happy to see her happy. My grandma was not into any game. She was not into no games. The only thing that she really liked, which was anime. Like I got her into anime. My grandmother, I got her into anime, and we'll watch anime together. Our first anime when I was younger, the first anime I watched was Inuyasha, and she'll sit up and watch that with me in the morning. And it was so fun.
Oh, I love the strong tie between anime and video games, like very strong tie. And I love that you can include your family in both. And
we be watching anime all the time.
Yeah, I honestly want to see your mom play video games. Like I could see
offline, yes. Online, she's not ready for online yet.
Like it's not suitable for TV audiences, the language.
Man,
the stubbornness.
I love her.
That would be amazing.
Like she will play the heck out of Diablo. Like I got her onto Diablo. Now she's addicted. she'll sneak in here late at night, turn on the system, and I'll look at her like, "Are you seriously playing the game right now?" She's like, "I gotta play Diablo. I gotta finish it. I have to finish." It's like, oh Lord. Now I got her addicted to Diablo. And one of the other games that she really also liked to play, besides Diablo and Devil May Cry 5, she loves Call of Duty. Loves it. She hasn't played the third one. She's playing number 4. She hasn't played number 3 yet. But I'm trying to get her to understand number 4, Black Ops 4 better. Because she thinks, I can auto aim like it's the phone. They're like, no, Bob, you can't auto aim. You actually have to push a button to aim.
Wow.
And it's kind of hard, but at the same time, she's enjoying herself, and that makes me happy.
No, that makes a lot of things.
I love how you talked about how you just, you love all your followers and you follow your followers. You follow me, I follow you. We're in this together. I appreciate you, you appreciate me. And I love that connection, whether it's just a basic follow, which still means a lot. Like if I follow someone and they follow me back, even now in my space, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy. And so I can't imagine, just I can't imagine just a teenager really being into games and then following someone and then that person playing games follows them back.
Yeah, like it's a good experience. Like on Instagram, I reached 1,168 followers.
Wow.
mind blowing. I didn't think it was going to be possible at first. I was like, I really don't post a lot of stuff on Instagram, but all of those followers, I follow back. I send them messages like, hey, thank you for following. I really appreciate you. You took the time out your day to follow me, and I'll follow them back. It's like when it comes to things like gaming and live streaming, you have somebody following your YouTube channel, you should follow them back. Even if they don't have a channel, you should like, hey, what's your Instagram or what's your TikTok or your Facebook? I'll follow you and then we can link up and play games, or what's your Twitch? Like it's all about making sure you show your fans the same type of love like you want them to show you. And you
Yeah.
want them to appreciate you, and you want them like, oh, she coming out with new content, and show their friends know, and their moms know, and their dad know. Like you want them to share it because you want them to be happy. And my goal is to make my live streams a safe place for people to come and just watch, and you can join, you can like play with me, or you can just watch. That's basically how I always, set it up, because I don't want nobody to feel like, okay, I just gotta sit here and just watch her play. She's not gonna follow me back. She's not even gonna say hi. Nothing. I will always say hi. I will always follow somebody back. And I always want people to join me. It's fun to have your followers join you on a game. It's hilarious. Actually. It's hilarious.
Where are these
Oh,
followers coming from? Because I'm knowing that when I've watched live streams, I've seen some live streams from people in Florida and California, even one that was out of Hawaii. And a lot of times their guests and their followers would be coming from all over the globe. And I remember when my younger brother, who was still into video games, would be playing video games, he actually became good friends with somebody that lived, I want to say, in the Northeast. And then they eventually moved to North Carolina, where I'm at, and everything. But that was part of a friendship that they developed through playing video games. But I was just wondering, where do you feel most of your followers are coming from?
I feel like most of my followers are coming from the US, but I had one follower follow me, and he's from the UK. So me and him actually played a game together. He was really cool. He was awesome. He was telling me on one of my live streams, "You're going the wrong way." so, so he was very helpful. He was from the UK, and his accent was really cool. Cause I never met somebody from the UK. I never met like nobody. So that was like a good experience. I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Gotta love your followers calling you out.
Yeah, you're going the wrong way. You're using that. That's not how you use it. Like, I love that. That's the one thing I don't get. Some people get mad about that. And for me, I'm like, thank you for the help, because I didn't know what the heck I was doing.
Right.
Especially if it's like a new game and I'm going in blind and I'm live streaming. They're like, you're not supposed to do that. You got to go this way, or you gotta do something. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I was about to look on YouTube and try to figure it out.
Love it.
But I love that. I just love when my followers interact with the live stream and try to help.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. What do you see as some of the successes to being a live streamer? I know that even on this show, V and Jatovia and others, Siren and Kara have talked about some of the successes of live streams. We've even seen some of the live streamers trying to monetize, whether that's through cryptocurrency or whether that's through real cash and everything. But what do you see as some of the success tools to be a live streamer?
My tools are, number one, you have to be yourself. You always have to be yourself and be confident in what you're doing. And number two, don't don't be mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's what pet peeve. Don't be mean. Don't think, okay, I'm gonna start live streaming. I'm gonna be big. It's gonna happen in one day. It's not. It's not gonna happen overnight. And also stream what you feel that you're going to play. Like if you don't like a game, don't play it, because you're gonna sit there bored and you're not gonna enjoy it. Always live stream a game that you love and that you really into and that you like to play. Um, Another thing is, for me, I play the game first, and then if I like it, then I'll live stream it and start all over. I will live stream it. And also, when it comes to live streaming, be mindful of who's watching.
Very
Just
well.
because you can have you have kids watching, you can have anybody watching, and you can say one wrong word, it'll make somebody feel offended. So I suggest people watch what they say, watch what they do on live streams.
What barriers or I guess hate or whatever, what barriers have you come across while gaming?
I have come across a lot. A lot, especially when I play multiplayer on Black Ops. There's a lot of guys that want to talk a lot. Like, oh my God, you a girl? You're not supposed to play on this game. This is a man's game. And I just sit there like, okay. When I beat you, you're gonna think you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be feeling some type of way. I normally just ignore all the hate that comes with it, because I tell a lot of girls that want a game, like, if you can't stand guys talking a lot about you or being rude or being mean, don't, just take your headphones out. It's so easy to mute people. Like, you have the button, you have the power of a controller to mute. And so when it comes to stuff like that, I just mute them and just go about my day, because I didn't come to like listen to you talk. I didn't come to do all that. I just came to play a game and just have fun and enjoy myself and let loose some steam. And then it's, for a girl gamer, it's really hard. It's not as hard as a lot of females think, but it's hard because you have guys that, oh my God, you a girl gamer? Hey, you cute. Let me get your number. That you have to deal with that. Then you have the rude people. Then you have the modders you have to worry about also. Like, it's just a lot to deal with, but also you'll get through it. Like, you'll get through it in time. It'll take time. It took me a long time to understand, like, hey, guys are just guys. Guys do that. Let it go. Let it just go back of your head, because at first I was young and I was playing games when I was 16, and I was like, I'll get mad. Like, I will backlash. I will backlash on somebody. But as I got older, I just learned to just let it go and just keep playing the game, whether they like it or not.
Yeah, I could see how you could do that on the video game versus like in public. You're just minding your own business, trying to pick up a box of Cheerios, and a guy's hovering over you. Like, hey, girl.
Like, hey, how you doing? And he's just like, can you back up? Give me 6 feet. 6 feet.
Yeah, so that's right.
Put a mask on, dude.
Like, you ain't got no mask. I got like several in my bag. You want one? Cause Lord Jesus Christ, I can't do this.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's good that you encourage women and young women, girls, to just, just, that's not a reflection of you. Boys are stupid. Have you ever
I just tell them, go ahead and just go shoot for it. Like, if you want to play a game, just shoot for it. It's just a game.
Have you ever just on games, I guess, when you get that, have you ever said, okay, that's uncalled for, dude. I'm just gonna beat your ass anyways? Like,
yes.
What's the response on that?
I have had guys like, I'm gonna beat your ass in this game. And I just like, okay, bet, say no more. Say no more. When my team becomes number one, I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. And that usually happens, like, depends on who's playing on my team. We mostly come out like second place or first place, depends on which game. And the other team, all I hear is crickets in the background, like, Yeah. I thought you were like gonna beat me in my team. What happened to all that energy? What happened to the energy? All I hear is crickets in the background.
And then my mom's gonna beat you.
Oh, that's even more. That's even more embarrassing. You're gonna let the mom beat you as well. That's even more embarrassing.
Oh,
You
that's
mentioned,
even worse.
yeah, you mentioned the term earlier, and I think I knew what you meant by it, but I was just wondering if you can explain a little bit to our listening audience what you meant by those folks that might have that martyr attitude and everything, because you mentioned that, and I don't know that everybody's gonna know exactly what you mean in the video game world. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you mean by those martyr types.
So modders are hackers. They like hackers. They can mod anything. Like if I play, let's see, try to get a good example. If I were to play GTA 3 on a PS3 console and you guys joined me and you guys didn't know me and I'm like a modder, so I could just mod you like all the money you want from GTA. Like all the money you need to buy like you all the cars that you want and all like the houses that you want. Like modders are they can be fun to play with, and then they could also be dangerous to play with. So a lot of people have to watch out for them because they can hack your system, they can hack your account, period, to where you get banned, and you just have to watch out for those. It's kind of hard to watch out for them because they're everywhere, but you'll know one when you see one. Because you start seeing random stuff pop up in your game out of nowhere. Like, how did this get here? I thought you had to pay like a good amount of money for that. And they're like, no, I just modded, this here. You be like, oh, okay. I'm gonna just back out the whole entire game because they're dangerous. And then there are those that are really cool. They're really cool people. Like, hey, you need help leveling up? I'll help you. But yeah, modders are cool and dangerous at the same time. It's like it can go both ways.
Gotcha.
It's terrifying.
It really is. I met some really cool ones. Back on my PS3 days, I met some really cool ones that modded my Black Ops. I think it was Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3. It was one of those. They completely leveled me up completely out. Like I couldn't level up no more. I prestige to the prestige. I couldn't go nowhere. And they were really cool. And then I played GTA, and then you have some modders that just aggravate you. They just get right there and you're getting on my nerves. You're just getting on my nerves a little bit. Just a little bit, you get on my nerves. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You mentioned also, and this is getting away from video games, but that's one of the things that Toby talks about is that we talk about different subjects and everything. But you mentioned being an artist, and my dad is actually an artist as well. He just actually celebrated his 81st birthday this past Sunday and everything. So it actually fell on Father's Day. His birthday fell on Father's Day. But I was just wondering if you could tell a little bit about your artwork and about your art involvement, because I'm a big fan of artists, not just because of my dad, but also having a lot of friends that are visual artists. So I'd love to hear about your artwork.
I mostly draw tattoo art and I sell it to tattoo parlors. Also, I mostly draw anime characters. I love anime. That's my biggest thing that inspired me to do art was anime. By watching my favorite anime of all time is Demon Slayer. Favorite anime of all time.
What is
I love it. It's called Demon Slayer. It's my favorite anime of all time. Not because of the story, because of I mostly like animes for their music. If they got a good opening and a good ending, I'm going to watch it. Because I love the music. It's just me. Like that's one thing that also I can escape from reality, just watching anime and just go to my own little anime universe and just chill with all my favorite anime characters in my mind.
Interesting.
Wow.
I'm just Googling all of this.
When did you develop the skills as an artist, and when did you also kind of start falling in love with video games? Because I know that I remember the early days of video games, and I'll admit it, I had the game called Pong, which basically was just a ball running into a wall, and you hoped that it was actually going to break through the wall. It was a very early video game and everything that was actually on your old TV, and by old TV, I mean a big TV, but it was not
the little the fat back.
Yes, exactly.
So I got into video games with my grandfather. My grandfather loved video games. He was a game fanatic. The first game I ever played was Street Fighter and Pac-Man.
Oh.
That was the first two I have ever played, and that's when I fell in love with gaming. Like, I wanted to see more. I wanted to see what else was out there besides Street Fighter and Pac-Man. Then I got to Mortal Kombat. Oh Lord, that was like a really good game. Um, what inspired me to do artwork also at a younger age was my grandma.
Oh.
It was my grandmother. I started young. It was a natural thing. I love to draw. I didn't go to school. I didn't get to learn a lot of techniques. It was just naturally there. I just love to draw.
I love it.
Yeah.
I really do. I love to draw. Like, I drew my mom a tattoo, and it's she wanted like a demon. So
I can see that with your mom. I can see that.
yeah,
Did she
so I
get
drew her a demon. No, not yet. She's going to, but I'm really excited because that's a personal tattoo that no one has. Like, no one has it.
Love
I'm
it.
super excited.
Your mom sounds like, and I've actually had a couple of those women in my life as well, but she sounds like she's very much what Kara would call a badass woman. So it sounds like she's definitely got that kind of ability and everything. So it sounds like
Yep.
you've got some strong role models in your life and everything. So I'm sure the audience would love to know more about your relationship with your mom and your grandma. It sounds like both of them are strong figures in your life.
They were. My grandmother had me since I was a baby.
No.
And she always been there, and she's always helped me through my breakups, my tough times. She was always there. She was there when I had both my kids, and I was scared. My firstborn was my daughter. I was scared because I'm having a little baby human growing inside me. I said, "Grandma, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm not ready." But she just looked at me and smiled and said, "You're going to be ready. You're going to be able to handle it." And when she passed away, that really hit me and my mom hard, like really hard than the rest of my family, because she was always there. She always showed up. And then my mom, we always didn't have a relationship like we have right now because she was in and out my life. But when I got older and I got to understand the things that she was going through and what she'd been through, me and her bonded more. And I love my mom because without her, I wouldn't be here. And I really appreciate everything that she done for me. And I'm happy that she married someone that makes her happy and that appreciates her and show her all the finer things in life. I'm very happy about that.
Yes. They're amazing.
I love them.
They're cute.
And I got 3 brothers. Ha! They came with they came with the marriage. I got 3 older brothers, and I also have a younger sister, which I'm very proud of. We one big happy. I have the big family I have always wanted. I have siblings. I'm so excited to have siblings. At first, I thought I was gonna be an only child forever. And at first it was fun, but then it gets boring because you have nobody to play with. You got nobody to talk to. Now I have brothers I can talk to. I have a little sister I can talk to. It's amazing to have a big family, even though we have a cat that gets on everybody's nerves, but we still love him though.
Quick Paws is adorable.
Wait a minute. What did you say the name of the cat was? I think I heard it.
Quick Paws.
That's what I thought you said. Quick Paws. Like it's got quick and it's got paws. So Quick Paws.
Yep. Yep. He knows how to skibbity pat. We call him the skibbity pat master. He skibbity pat people. He goes for people's feet. He goes for their feet. He's an adorable, fluffy kitty. I love him. I wouldn't trade him for no other cat in the world. I love my mom's cat. Yeah. I really do.
Does he ever distract you when you're playing video games? Because I'm thinking of the cat, if he's that quick, that he might be a distracting force as well.
Well, yes, he does. Like he's on time. He's on punishment. He on probation, so he can only come out to eat, use the bathroom, roam around, stretch his legs a little bit. Then he got to go back in his kennel. But when he's in his kennel, oh, he meows so loud. I have to stop the game and just look at him like, "Are you serious? Can I play the game in peace? Like in peace and unity. I need silence. I can't concentrate." But I love him. Like he's a big fluffy black and white cat. I love him.
Yes.
Sounds like an amazing cat, and I need to get me a cat. I keep telling folks that one of these days I'm gonna get back and join the cat parent family, since I have not had a cat or a dog in years. So I know that it's due to come back and join the cat parent family. So I know that it's on my list of things to do. So I've definitely got to add that. What are some of the life lessons you think you've learned from your brothers and sisters? And I love the way that you identify them, because I think that too often people get caught up in that step brother, stepsister thing. But you're like, no, I have brothers and sisters. They're not step anything. They're just
Yeah,
my
they're
brother
not.
and sister.
Like when I first heard my mom was getting married, I was super excited because I got to chill with her wife. I got to sit down and we got to talk and we got to communicate. And when I heard they were getting married, I was so excited. I was so excited. And when she told me, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have 3 older brothers," and I was like, and I thought about it. I was like, well, I like my mom's wife. I don't call her stepmom. I call her mom. I said, okay, all y'all my brothers. Y'all ain't step nothing. Y'all gonna be my brothers. I don't like the word step. Like it's if you're married, like if my mom didn't, they were like engaged, I would be like, okay, well, y'all my step brothers. They're not married yet, so y'all my step brothers. But since they're married, oh, we family now. You can't go nowhere. You can't. You're stuck. We're stuck together like glue. You just gonna have to sit here with me. I love my big family. I always wanted one, and I'm happy that God has blessed me with one. I really appreciate them, and I love them. And since I met them, they've been hell raisers. I feel like I'm the only one who got common sense. Sometimes my 2 older brothers, they like way older. They do crazy stuff and they get in trouble for it. And the one person they call before they call my mama is me. Sis, this is what I did. And I'll be sitting like, why did you do it? Why? Why? If mom hears about this, she's gonna kill you. They're like, yeah, we just wanted to let you know first. Why would you let me know first? Oh God.
So you could run away. That's
yeah,
why.
I told mom, said, and I'll tell my mom, I'm like, so this is what my brother did. He did this and he did that. And she'd be like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm like, well, there's your answer. You're gonna die today. But I love that they have taught me so much on how a man is supposed to treat a woman. And I really appreciate that, because being young and having 2 kids and getting out an abusive relationship when I first moved down here has taught me a lot. I have learned a lot. I learned it's not my job to raise a man. It was difficult, but my brothers sat there and talked to me about it, and they pulled me through it. They gave me good advice, which I really appreciate them all the time. They do crazy stuff. God, siblings. Jesus Christ. I love
every time I come see you guys, I'm like, what just happened? I never would expect that anything in the universe would happen the way it does. And I'm like, what?
Yep, my other brother, Timothy, he calls my phone and it's from jail. And I'm like, oh God. And I'm at work. Remind you, I'm at work. He calls me. I answer. I'm like, what did you do? What did you do? He's like, but I said, I don't want to hear nothing else. What did you do? And when he told me what he did, I said, Mom is going to kill You're gonna go 6 feet under. We're gonna have to plan. We're gonna have to make funeral arrangements. Oh Jesus! But I love them, even though they drive me insane. I love them so much.
Yes. I love it. And all of you are just so loving and just so sweet. And, like I feel super welcome just being in your bubble and being like family, but family. And
we cry.
Yes. So just getting to know more layers about you and then knowing that you're a gamer and like I don't know, I love it. So I'm just so happy that you're on this space because I'm like, yes, like gaming.
A lot of people at my job didn't know. A lot of people at my job did not know I play video games. They looked at me like, you play games? You don't look like the type of person that play video games. I said, what a gamer supposed to look like? I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm like, what is a gamer supposed to look like? We're supposed to have a certain style, a look. I don't know. Like, there was like, I can't believe you play video games. I was like, yes, I play video games. I watch anime. I eat ramen out of a cup. Like, drink coffee too. I eat snacks. I mean, I love the people at my snacks. I guess we snackaholics then because we eat snacks. They go.
I love it. Yeah, I love it because Jatobi is not here with us this week. He's on vacay with his family, and his sole mission in life through Bull City Gaming and this show is to literally just be like, hey, gamers exist in all spectrums, and there's not like a sign on everyone's.
My phone fell. Oh, there we go. That's better.
That's awesome. That's not a sign. There's not a sign on anyone's forehead saying I'm a gamer, So
yeah, that's true.
Breaking down the barriers and being like gamer.
Yeah. Did they give you an answer as to what they thought a gamer was supposed to look like? Because I've always had this.
So yes, there was like, oh well, you're supposed to wear like a little shirt and a hoodie and jeans, and I'm like, okay, it's number one, it's too hot. It's too hot. I already got to wear black pants when I have to come into work, but it'd be cool in the morning. It's too hot to be walking around with skinny jeans and a hoodie and a shirt and some big headphones. Like, yes, I'm a gamer. Leave me alone. Cool. I said, gamers. I said, for girl gamers, we don't have to dress like what you see on TikTok or Instagram. You see girls with these cute little outfits on and these cute little skirts and these long socks and whatever else, little cat ears. I said, we don't have to dress like that all the time. I say, some girls do that for their live streams because they feel comfortable doing them. I said, for me, on my live streams, you're going to see me how you see me. Okay, you're just going to see me how you see me. Either with makeup, no makeup, it's whatever. And my boss was like, wow, I did not know it could be like that. I was like, yeah, it's like that. This is reality. Welcome. Welcome to reality. This is, he was like, also, he just got a PS5.
Oh.
So most of my coworkers, we have PS4s. So we have like a little conversation. And he just comes in, hey, what's the cool latest game on a PS5? And we all, our heads just synced and turned like, you're the only one that has a PS5. You're the only one that could afford a PS5 at this moment of time. Why would you ask us that?
Yes.
But all of my coworkers are cool. They're into anime and gaming, which I really appreciate. All of them. I love them. They're like a family too. So I have a family outside of my family. So it's really cool.
Please tell me that your mom wears cat ears when she plays video games.
No. I wish. That would be hilarious. Like little cat ears, but I wish.
Yeah.
That would. I'm just visualizing that, and I haven't even seen your mom, but just the visualization of a woman in their 40s wearing cat ears. I
was thinking about getting some too. I told her because she's like, I want a new gaming headset. And I was like, okay. Now I was scrolling through my phone and I saw something with cat ears. I was like, perfect. So I'm gonna get her those. I'm gonna go ahead and get her those and see how she likes them.
Yeah.
She probably not gonna wear them. She's just gonna probably look at them.
I have ideas for Christmas presents now.
Ooh, I just thought about one too.
This could be dangerous. That's all I'm thinking is this could be very dangerous. I'm already thinking of dangerous Christmas gifts that these two are gonna get for Ali's mom and everything. I'm already thinking some dangers here and everything.
Little cat ear headphones, and then get her like a little hoodie with the little paws on.
I love it. Oh,
this sounds very dangerous. Told you, Toby did not know what he
was getting into. She's gonna hand it to my other mom.
Yeah, I feel like we need to have you on more anyways, and at least just have you meet Jatobi because oh my gosh, you two would be hilarious together.
I would love that. Like I've been trying to get on this stream for the longest, but the way my work schedule is, it's like some Thursdays I have off and then some Thursdays I don't. It's rare. It's every once in a blue moon I have a Thursday off. Most likely it's a Wednesday. And so I'll be like, darn it, I got Wednesday off again. Dang.
Yeah, this week you're like, I'm off Thursday, so I'm on your show. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how I was like, listen, I'm off Thursday. What time is it? I'll be there on time, on the dot. I'll be there. No problems, no issues.
Love it.
Well, definitely. Hopefully, you can come on another Thursday that Jatobi's here. I agree with you that you and Jatobi would get along quite well and be a great conversation around video games and the whole history of video games, as well as your own personal histories with video games and all of that. One of the things that we can do, and like I said, I'll have to talk to Jatobi and the rest of the team about it, is maybe we can even think about doing a pre-recorded segment on a Wednesday and then dragging that into the show and everything, because we do have that capability as well. So I'll have to talk to him about that. So maybe if Wednesday is a better day, then we can just have like a pre-recorded segment with you on that day and just insert that into the program. But like I said, that's something that me and Kara and Jatobi and Siren and the rest of the team can try to make happen. So that's just something that crossed my mind because, as Kara will tell you, I'm always thinking and sometimes talking too fast. But she always tells me about that when I do that and does it correctly.
Oh, she knows somebody that talk fast and just talk. My mom's wife. Oh my God. Oh Lord. We'll be sitting here. You know, having our own little nippet conversation. And then she's like, hey, you know. And then she'll keep going and going. I'll just be like, Mama.
Yeah, and you're expected to follow two conversations at the same time.
It's complicated.
No, I'm walking away.
It's complicated. Like one of the guys at my mom's church was like, how do you live? How do you live like this? He's like, how do you live? I said, after a while, you get used to it. You have to tap. It's a certain way. You have to tap my mom like, Mama, hey. Okay, now we can finish our conversation.
But Markley has gills. That's why he can keep going and talking. Like he doesn't need to breathe air. He just has gills. And so he can just keep going with the multiple questions and stuff, which like I love, right? Like I love that about you. And also I'm like, wait, I think we're losing things. Hold on, like let's reel it back in.
Reel it back in. No, like every time somebody do, I'm like, listen, I got a pencil and I got a paper. Which topic are we going to talk about first? And then we got to figure out a second topic and a third topic.
Yeah, we love you, Markley. Speaking of which, where's Janora as well?
I was trying to figure that out, and I saw that she had sent an email earlier, so I'm going to see if I can track down that email because she sent it earlier, and I thought it was her saying she was on her way and everything because she would be another great person to have that conversation with. So I'm going to go onto social media and see if we can't track her down because she's all the way over there in California. Maybe she had a acting gig or something.
I DM'd her.
For California, it must be hot. Oh Jesus.
Oh, they're saying that the weather in California and all of those West Coast states is getting ridiculous. I talked to a friend of mine that lives in Vegas, and they are also has some ties to Arizona, because I think that part of their academic jobs are in Vegas and Arizona, and they were quoting me temperatures of 115, and I'm sitting there going like, no, can't do it. They say that there's a difference between dry heat and humid heat, but to me, hot is hot. It doesn't matter whether it's
I
dry
mean,
or
it
humid.
is a difference because humid heat, you get sticky all over. Like you get sticky, like it just, ugh. And then like a hot is like when you can take a cast iron skillet outside and fry you some bacon and eggs. That's hot.
And then
That's too
you
hot.
kind of are like, well, I'm just in this heat. And then you don't remember, like, maybe I should be drinking water or more water. And that's actually kind of more dangerous. But
yeah, if you don't drink plenty of water, it's, man,
and this
you're going to be sick.
You're gonna get sick.
You're
like, I'm already just dripping water. I'm just like,
it's like, water. I hate when it rains, then it stops, and then it gets humid because every single thing gets sticky, and then what the clothes that you have on get stuck to you on top of that. So you have to peel them off, go take a shower, and then you think about it, you're like, dang, I just came out from the heat. Now I gotta take a hot shower. This is not gonna work. Especially you don't have no AC on. That Lord, no. So, but luckily, my mom turns the AC on. So when I get out the shower, I have to make sure I dry off, or else I'm gonna be getting sick, catch a cold, because it be blasting. For a small AC, it be blasting. It be freezing. It be like Antarctica here.
Yes. Yeah, apartments are like that here. It's like because they're like skinny and long apartments, and like I don't know, just how the air just circulates. It's
like they'll shut their door, and so the windows up here in the living room be shut, and they got a little thing underneath the door that stops the hot air from coming in, the cold air coming out. So my mom turns that AC on, and I don't know that she turned it on, and I get out the blanket with shorts and the t-shirt on. I'll be freezing. I'll be sitting there like, I thought it was summertime. I didn't know it was like mid-November. It will be cold, like Antarctica cold. Like I have to wrap myself up like a burrito cold. It's that cold. But it feels good though some days.
It sounds like it, but definitely, like I said, hot is hot to me. Doesn't matter whether it's humid or that deep heat or anything. It's just hot. So I agree. But
I
do
don't
know there's a
understand
difference
deep heat.
humid and the kind of like Arizona dry heat. So definitely, I know that there is a difference, but it's still just hot to me. You mentioned something earlier, and I know that Jacoby loved talking about sometimes the issues as well. And I'm still shocked, and I love to hear from both of y'all about this, that we have not had an increase in the minimum wage. And you were talking about the kind of jobs you've done and everything. So I just wondering your thoughts on that as well, because I'm just shocked that we haven't had a change in umpteen years, and both of y'all are, sounds like, are in those service industries.
So I work at BurgerFi. So I'm a cashier, a hostess, a server. I pour beer, I clean out tables, clean the bathrooms, and they pay me way more than I would be getting in Tennessee. Because not because I do more, it's because I work my butt off, and they're like, okay, well, since you're doing all this, we're gonna pay you a good amount. And I'm like, okay. But I worked at the Dollar Tree in Tennessee. I was getting paid $7 an hour.
Wow.
And at the time, I owned a house. So I have taxes, I have a light bill, I have a water bill, Wi-Fi, got 2 kids. That's not enough. You can't do nothing with that. And it's like Hooters. Their pay down there is like $10.50 an hour. And you only work so many hours as a hostess. So you don't get paid that much either. My last paycheck from them was like $168. That's right there would be my Wi-Fi. Right there. Like half of it been, the 100 part would have been my Wi-Fi, and the $68 would have been groceries. Like Tennessee needs to do better. And like for my mom, she had all these mental issues. She has like really bad bipolar issues and depression. They would not help her. They wouldn't help her. Like, and also she tried to get housing, she tried to get food stamps, and because she's a convicted felon, they would not help her. They would not. And they just looked at her and was like, oh, well, we're sorry, there's nothing we can do. And that's what I dislike about Tennessee. You have all these jobs that can pay a little bit more, but don't want to. But yet they want to work you like a dog. Mm. That really makes no sense to me. And that's when I just say, you know what? I'm finna just leave. I'm done. I'm finna throw in the towel. I threw in the towel, came up here. I get paid $10.75 an hour at my job. I work from 10:30 to 5. And that's a lot. And my last check was $493.68. And I was so happy when I got that. I was like, I never seen that much. I never seen that much money in a paycheck in a long time. So I'm like, wow.
I guess for me, what's interesting is that like there's always room for more because you know, like $7 is not much at all. And that I don't know exactly what minimum wage is right now, but like federally or even state-wise. But even then, I feel like it could be better. And you know, even if you are doing, I don't know, I just like for I guess just hearing that and you're like, oh yes, like that's so much better. I'm like, I feel like we could still just be doing more for employees.
Yeah, especially when it comes to benefits and insurance wise also, because you have a lot of people that have kids and they can't afford to, you know, take care of themselves because they got to take care of their kids first. Kids come first. And so I wish jobs would do more better on the benefits, stop cutting people hours, pay them what they actually are worth. Because if I work at Amazon and I'm loading these boxes, I better be getting paid at least more than $12 an hour. It takes a lot. I worked at FedEx in Tennessee and I unloaded trucks and I was just getting paid $11 an hour. That's not $11 an hour worth paycheck. I'm sorry. It's not.
Yeah.
Because if I'm doing that, I should be getting paid more because I'm risking myself by loading these trucks just for you guys. We're not doing this. So I feel like when it comes to jobs and corporate also needs to do better. They need to do better because we had corporate come in at my job and they were nice. They were really nice. I thought they were going to be raising hell. I thought they were going to be raising, but they're really nice. And I wish every corporate was like that. I wish every corporate cared about their employees and come to check on them, see how the business is doing and see how even the manager is doing. Because my manager, he's a manager during the day and at night he's a DJ. He does 2 jobs. He got 2 jobs. So for them to come in and be like, hey, how are you guys doing? Are you guys doing okay? What do we need to make this job environment better? That's what I like to hear is when a higher up person comes down for 1 minute and just be like, hey, so what can we do to make this better? Because I know it's difficult. You're tired and y'all just go through a lot. Cause we do. I work by the Cincinnati Reds baseball stadium. When it's a game day, it's packed. So we do. So I just wish that they care more about employees, especially it don't matter where you work. I feel like they should care more about their employees. Employees, we're human. We're not robots. We're not IAs. We are human and we need to be treated as such. We need breaks. We need lunch breaks. We need time to like just relax ourselves before we have to go in for another couple of hours and stay there, because you always have that one employee that don't want to show up. And so your boss, if you a nice employee, your boss gonna come to you and be like, hey, I got something to tell you. So did not show up. So can you like do a double today? So you always have to be prepared for that. And I know my manager is very, very kind. And I was gonna take up 2 shifts. I was gonna do it. But our manager was like, I don't want you to mess up none of your off days. So today I'm off. I work Saturday. And I just wish people would care. It's like in certain states they don't care. It's sad because you have people that have kids and you have single mothers, you have single fathers, you have grandparents taking care of their grandkids, and a lot of states just don't care. They just want that family to be like another statistic. Like, hey, well, you're gonna have to go through the system just to get help, and it shouldn't have to be that complicated. It shouldn't have to be. And it hurts me to see families like that. And I just wish like it could be better. I wish it could be better. And you know, one day it might get better, or it might just go down the bucket list. I don't know. I just hope that it gets better.
Yeah, we on this show we talk about, you know, action and taking action and talking about how important it is to, you know, vote for people who take action, and you know, wanting to just be a part of the solution rather than just staying the same and hoping it gets better. And you know, so it's refreshing to hear your very honest story in general, and I just appreciate you so much as a person and a neighbor in general. Yeah. And then just
I appreciate you, Sir Henry.
Yes. And then I'm sure you've seen him waltz.
Yeah, I saw him walk. I was like, Sir Henry.
Sir Henry. Yeah, there he is.
There you go.
He heard you.
Hi, right, Sir Henry. Hi, Sir Henry. There. Oh, no, he's gone.
He's acting snooty. But yeah, just hearing your personal story, it's like we're all human. We all have stories, especially, you know, before, during, you know, as we're navigating pandemic still, it's like, what are the effects? How are we all doing? And so I just thank you so much for your story, even though Mark had to bounce out for is it DoorDash or girlfriend?
It was neither one. It was a good thing. Even though I wish he had not tried to tear down my door, but it was actually as y'all know, I do some event planning and some other things. So it was actually a client dropping off part of the pay, and they still owe some more of the pay. So they dropped off about enough to pay a few parts of lunch. So they dropped off at least some lunch money, and they also left me the thing that I need to use to store what I recorded for them and everything. So they were assaulting my door. So that's what it was. So it's either door or
lunch money's good.
I feel sad for the door. Does the door want to file a assault report? Take it to the door police.
That the door was given, and I heard the door, and the door was actually doing that. Just that. And when I walked to the door to answer the door looked at me and said, if you do not file an assault charge, I am. So I think the door start walking toward the police station and we'll be filing an assault charge.
They're like, all right, we're going to take you to the door police, do this paperwork.
Yeah, that person on the other end meant business.
They meant big business. They were banging loud.
Too loud and everything. So yes, I said I
I
was glad
thought
we
that was
dropped
my
off some.
mom's door. I was like, I was like, oh, is that my mom's door? But then I didn't hear them come out the room, so I said, okay, it's not the door. It's not the door. It's fine. It's fine. It's
No, but
okay.
Your mom coming out all like serious, ready to go.
yeah, ready to take on the world and
Walking in
everything.
that Ford
Oh,
Motion, ready to rumble. Oh my gosh.
But
so who's that at the door? I'm like, oh shoot, here we go. I said, I'm too fluid. My parents are very skilled at being dramatic. So,
but
I
you know,
love them. I love them so much, but they're so dramatic sometimes. Like my mom would just bust like, "Who's knocking at my door?" And I'm like, "Oh god."
Yeah, but they're so sweet because it's I love it when just getting to know people and everything and I can be outgoing and I'm also very like internal, so I'm very much within, and I love your mom so much, and sometimes their excitement like scares me because I'm just that kind of person who like
Oh man, well, like I'll be asleep.
yeah.
I'll be sleeping. Here go my mom. Good morning, sweetheart. I'm like, oh my, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Why? But I'm more of like when I talk to my mom, because like we were just talking about like our different personalities. I'm an outgoing person, but I don't like to party. I don't like to go to clubs. I like to stay at home. I like to get on the game. I like to watch anime. I go to work, I go home, and that's it. I
Yeah.
might go out to eat. I might do that, but then other than that, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I do everything at home. I drink at home in the comfort of my mother's home, where it's safe, where nothing will harm me. I just don't like. I've been like this since high school. Like I just don't like to hang out like that. I mean, I would hang out like if somebody said, "Hey, let's go chill in the courtyard. Let's go chill at the park." I would do that. I would do that because you're a friend. You're like a special friend. But going to clubs, parties, I don't do.
Yeah,
Nope.
hey, you want to go and dance in a corner with me and a drink? You'd be like, no, courtyard. Where's your courtyard?
I'm like, listen, we can meet up at the courtyard, have some drinks. We can drink in the courtyard, but I'm not. I just don't. I like to be in my own comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like that's just me. Like if I'm here, I'm in my comfort zone. I'm safe. It's somewhat quiet. It's not quiet all the time, but it's comfortable.
Have you heard the outside lately?
No, see, I haven't been outside since I woke up this morning.
Wow. But isn't part of that you also like your own creative space and your own creativity? Because, like I said, we were just making up this whole story about the door filing police charges, and that actually made me think of a story recently that I had with a new friend of
Man, me
mine.
and my mom, we do that. We do that a lot. We have a song for everything.
Oh
We
no,
make a song for every single thing. Me and my mom.
no, I agree with you. You have songs for things, and you also create stories. I remember I went. There's a buddy of mine. I'm not even sure if he's still working at the same store, but because I know he was getting ready to move to a different job, but he was working at a local convenience store. We've become buddies. He's a younger gentleman, probably in his mid-20s and everything, and I'm in my late 50s. But there, literally birds were running to glasses and everything. So we made up a whole story about him being charged in bird court for the actual the glass assaulted him, and so he was up for charges in the bird court because we just figured that the birds figured that he did that intentionally. He put that wall up there, that door up there intentionally, so he had bird court.
Oh wow, man! I made like a whole thing about my mom's cat. So I made a joke because my mom's cat leaped on her and tried to give her a hug. So I said, just imagine like a big afro and it just went all wrong. He just leaped inside her. It got stuck. All you saw was cat ears and the tail just going like this in her hair. Oh, we were cracking up laughing. And we also because my mom's wife, she hurt her foot. So we got a song for her. It was hilarious. We got a bedtime song for her, especially because we have Tiger Balm. And so when she whipped out that tiger ball, we like, it's about your bedtime. Every time she whips it out, we like, yeah, it's about that bedtime. When you whip out that tiger ball, put it on your ankle, go to bed. We make a song for every single little thing. That's what I love about my mom. We can joke about everything. We can joke about like the smallest thing. It could be a pencil, and we'll make a joke. We'll make a song about the pencil falling on the floor. We'll just make random jokes and songs about stuff, which I love about my mom.
What I would love is to, your next YouTube video of you playing. Maybe have your mom play side by side, and then you both can just have commentary.
Oh yes, we're gonna do that. You just gave me a good idea because I have a MacBook Pro, so I can hook it up to my mom's TV, and the way I can hook it up is like where you can see my face and her face at the same time, so we have a little commentary going on. That's gonna be hilarious. I don't know how that's gonna go. It's gonna be hilarious. She's gonna make a song about something. In one of these games, she's gonna make a song about something. It's gonna be hilarious. I would love to do that.
The next TikTok, and then everyone will
be like, hey, that's gonna be the next TikTok dance. And we talk about Harry Potter all the time as well. That's one of our favorite movies. Harry Potter, Lords of the Rings. Oh,
I love it. Oh my god.
I love Harry Potter. I'm Team Slytherin all the way. My mom said I'm mean, so I'm Team Slytherin. I can't be Gryffindor.
Oh, I'm Gryffindor with the little.
Oh, you're Gryffindor, Kara?
Yeah, I have to say she is Gryffindor. She's nice.
Oh,
she's really nice. She's like really nice, but a little bit sporty at the same time, and she's smart. So it's like all three. Yeah. So she's Gryffindor. She's Gryffindor, definitely.
I can definitely
my mom see that. Is. I had to say my mom's wife is Hufflepuff. She's gonna come here like, what you say? I love you, Mom. I love you.
Oh, they're coming out. They're like, we're here.
No, like my mom. One of my moms is in the bathroom. I don't know who. Really? I didn't see who it is, but one of them's in the bathroom. Mama,
hiding.
Who's in the bathroom? Oh, is Mama Stephanie in the bathroom? Mama Stephanie in the bathroom? Oh, yep, that was Mom Stephanie. Mama, they said hello.
Hello.
She said hi.
You're on TV.
She came out the bathroom like, I'm in the bathroom.
It's like I got important things to do. I cannot be worried about who's on TV and who's not on TV.
Oh my gosh.
No, like my mom, she just got done making chicken salad. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait to eat some. Like she makes mine without eggs. I don't like mine with eggs.
So you got yours without the eggs? Is that what I heard you say?
Mm-hmm. It's like ever since I had gallbladder surgery, there's certain things I can eat and I can't. Cause that'll like literally make it like flare up and I'll have heartburn really bad. So boiled eggs is one of them. I can't eat boiled eggs. They smell so good though, and I want them, but I can't eat them like that. But I asked my mom if she could put 1.5 of an egg in my chicken salad. 1.5 of an egg in my chicken salad because I really want an egg because I haven't eaten any eggs at all lately. So I really would love to have an egg in my chicken salad. And she put it in my chicken salad and now it's in the fridge. Sir Henry, what are you doing?
I see you walking for a walk. Now I do have a question because I do like to get curious about this. So when you're gaming, do you eat snacks? Do you have a healthy snack? Do you eat like non-healthy snacks? What do you do?
No, I was waiting for this question.
Yes.
Okay. So when it depends on what game I'm playing. If I'm playing like a game with a good story base and I want to finish it in like 4 days, I will drink Monster Energy drinks 4 days straight, and I'll eat. I will not eat. I will eat dinner. I will eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But like with those, I'll drink a Monster. So, and
Yeah.
snack wise, I love veggie straws. I really like the sea salt veggie straws. They're really good. And also I love chicken salad. So in between, I'll either eat veggie straws, chicken salad. I really don't like cookies or like chocolate like that anymore. I lean for the Sour Patch Kids, gummies, gum, and like Starburst, Skittles. Like I would eat those more than I eat chocolate candy.
So sugar,
Yep.
energy drinks
Yep.
that are pure sugar,
Yep.
and wholesome foods.
Yep.
And veggie straws, which they're not bad as a snack. So go you, go you. It's not like
I like them.
Doritos or whatever.
I got tired of Doritos. Like I like Doritos like to a certain extent. Like you can give me like the little small bags, little snack bags. I would eat those, but if you give me like a regular $1.29 bag of Doritos, I'm gonna eat a couple, roll the bag up, save it for later. It's probably gonna sit there for like 3 or 4 days. Somebody else gonna eat it because there's certain things I got tired of eating. Like I got tired of eating hamburgers. I got tired of eating like ribs. I like a pulled pork sandwich. Don't get me wrong. A pulled pork sandwich is really
I could
good.
never tire of eating ribs. Like, what universe tires you from eating ribs?
Like my grandmother loved ribs. Like if she could eat them every day, she'll eat them every day. So like I used to eat them with her. As when I was younger, I used to eat a lot of ribs.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I grew out of ribs. I mean, they smell good. Don't get me wrong. I love the smell of good barbecue, like a good barbecue. And I love pulled pork. I'll eat like bacon or turkey bacon. It kind of varies. I lean more towards turkey bacon because it gets more crispy and it tastes really good. Like it tastes so good. Oh my God. And I love chicken, fish, and plant-based meat.
There you go. I mean, pretty healthy, guys, to be
Yes,
honest.
sounds very
Like,
healthy.
pretty well rounded.
I love plant-based meat with vegan mayo and some vegan cheese. Oh my goodness. It tastes so good.
What's your
Well, it
go-to
sounds very
snack
good.
or meal, Mark, when you're busy doing all your 50 jobs a day?
Yeah, well, I got 50 jobs a day, and unfortunately, I eat out way too much and everything. So I go to a couple of the places that are my go-to places, including one of the sub shops and one of the Asian spots. So I might get me some noodles. I also am a big fan of certain sub sandwiches and all of that. I'm a big fan of the Italian, and I will usually get that with chips and sometimes either a salad and or a chili or something along those lines. So I try to mix it up with some good stuff and some maybe not all that good stuff as well. So I try to like have a little bit of a mixture of some things that I'm going like, this is probably not good for me, but it's good tasting. And then there's the things that I really enjoy that are both good for you and good tasting. So like I said, I
that's what I do at work. So like at work we have chicken tenders, chicken sandwiches, and we also have plant-based meat. So this is the only cheat that I would do. Instead of getting it on a wheat bun, I'll get it on a potato bun.
Oh wow.
That's the only cheat I will ever do at work. Only at work. But the thing is like we don't have no vegan mayo or cheese, so I get it without cheese, without mayo, and I'll just like put a little ketchup on it.
But loaded potatoes are wonderful. Unfortunately, they can be a little bit too loaded because I know that I've gotten some of those, I think, from one of the other burger places. And by the way, I don't know if there's one in Durham, but I know there's a Burger Fi in Raleigh because I used to go there regularly with some photographer friends of mine and everything. So there was one in Raleigh. I have to look and see if there's one in Durham, but I do know there was one of the shops in our capital city because I remember going there regularly with my photographer buddy as well as his son. He's actually got two sons, but it was the son that's the older one at East Carolina that would go regularly with us and all of that. So we went there on
Ooh.
a regular basis. By the way, you were asking about Janora. I did. That's what part of what I was looking for, was trying to track down on Instagram and everything. And she
She's
left
at
us
a
a great.
gig.
She gets us a great message, and I was just going to share that message with our listening audience. But she said, "All month I've been blessed to be a guest on my brother's Gamers Den podcast as they celebrate Pride Month and explore the intersectionality between gaming and the LGBT community. Although I won't be there today, I can't let June pass by without sharing how I spent my last few Thursdays and without giving a you shout out and thank you to my brother Jacoby." So he gave a shout out. So she gave a shout out to Jacoby and his amazing co-hosts Mark, Kara, and Siren. Let's all keep learning and growing. And then she hashtag Bull City Gaming Podcast Siblings, Happy Gaming, and Happy Pride. So just wanted to share
Oh,
that
that's
with the
so
audience.
sweet.
Yeah, thank you so much, Janora.
Yes.
Yeah, she's such an amazing woman and general, and I definitely enjoyed, and I think we all just enjoyed her story and her input. She's such a strong, intelligent, just loving, wonderful woman. And she still has her pride tree up. She has a pride tree.
Oh,
And it was an honor for her to be on the show. So thank you. She is at a gig right now because she does voiceovers that she can't tell us about, and she does acting gigs, and just an amazing individual. So one day we'll get you back on, Janora.
Yes, definitely. Hopefully, she'll be on shortly and celebrate with us and everything. But definitely want to share that message and everything. And I know that we're getting ready to shortly wind down. And by the way, you have found, and I know we've all looked for different amazing guests. I know I found a couple. Definitely, Jacoby, whose show this is, has found some truly amazing guests. I must put you down on the list of folks that have found amazing guests as well, because I have become a
yay.
big friend of Kara's latest guest and everything. So this is you are a truly amazing guest, and I have thoroughly enjoyed meeting you and everything. And I hope you don't mind me calling you a new friend and all of that, because I've definitely
Thank
enjoyed
you.
our conversation, and I hope that you feel the same way, because I definitely have enjoyed meeting you and have enjoyed bonding with you and all of that. So just wanted to share my thoughts along those lines. So Kara has done a
Oh,
great
thank
job of finding a
you.
truly amazing guest and all of that. She's a truly amazing woman. She knows that I am a big fan of hers, as well as a lot of other people that are involved. So just wanted to express that I am a fan of yours and the various things you do, whether that's through Deep in Roots or whether that's through producing our mutual friends Zach show, which you'll be doing again on this Saturday, or whether it's a couple of other things that are going on. So I am a big fan of yours and just want to share that with folks and everything.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate being here. Finally, I got here. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys listening, and I really enjoyed the conversations that we have had and the topics that we discussed upon. I really appreciate it, and thank you for having me. I really enjoy it. I would love to do it again. I will do it again. I want to rewind time. Let's rewind time and do it again. Let's go back.
Yes. So I do have a question though. Where can we find you on Instagram so we can all just follow you?
So Instagram, my name is Aaliyah. This Aaliyah 423, and that's it. And you can find me on Instagram. We can have a good talk. I talk more about wellness and mostly just to talk. We just talk and chill on Instagram. So
Love
anybody
it.
is welcome to come to a live and just sit, chill. We have skincare day, self-care day. We have different days.
Nice. So when I'm looking for you, the first person that pops up is like a cute little baby, but I don't think it's you.
Oh,
Is it? It's
see.
ALIYAH, right?
Yes, I'm about to look for it right now.
Okay.
Because there are plenty, like, I looked my name up one time. I was like, Lord Jesus. It's too many. It's too many of us.
Yes, there are a lot.
A whole lot.
So, oh wait, there's no Y in it. It's just ALI, all lowercase, 423.
Oh, okay.
And you'll see my picture. I have glasses on.
Yes. So, okay. Mark, I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste. Do you mind if you put that across the scroll screen real quick?
I do not mind doing that whatsoever and everything. Are you
Thank
also,
you.
Aaliyah, are you on Clubhouse as well? Because I've actually become a fan of that. And there's all kinds of great dialogues in that space. So I don't know if you're on there yet, but I'm definitely going to copy this Instagram and let folks know how they can find you on Instagram.
Oh, thank you so much. Like anybody's welcome to join Instagram because on Instagram, I talk about the challenges I have gone through as far as disliking my body wise. Because I know a lot of women go through body shaming and they body shame themselves. So I'll basically talk about that. Like, you're going to look in that mirror when you wake up every morning. I always tell this, like, to every woman or man, like everybody, to look up in the mirror when they get up in the morning and be like, you're a bad bitch. You're that bitch. You're that person that everybody wants to be. Like, I always try, it took me a while to look in the mirror and encourage myself to be that person. And just to have people follow me in that step, it takes a lot. I'm going through a whole workout journey with my mom because she has high cholesterol. So we're going through a whole workout journey. I'll walk a half a mile to work every day. And so my legs have toned themselves. Oh Lord. I wake up with Charlie horses sometimes. Like, good God.
But it's actually more than that, I think. Isn't it a mile one way?
Yeah, it's a mile one way, a mile coming back.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a walk, but it's so much fun because I get to look at different artwork and I get to see people businesses. There's a new guy, he's opened up a business, a restaurant on Main Street. And I would have known that if I didn't walk. I would have known that. But yeah, my Instagram is, we just talk and chill and I let people, pick the topic on what they want to talk about. It could be about anything.
Love it.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Well, I just followed you.
Yeah. And I'm gonna
thank you.
And definitely I will be following you shortly. And definitely I'm letting other people know how to follow you, but I will definitely be doing that. And, me and Kara have an amazing friend that does a lot of talk around that whole concept of being assured of yourself and being assured within yourself. And that's our mutual friend, Nancy Burrows, who's been doing a lot of work in that space as well. So definitely it's great to see folks doing that work in that space because I've been following. I've actually got to take a picture of myself waking up and everything because I know you've already done that, Kara. I have yet to do it. I know some others.
Oh yeah,
I did a whole video.
Yeah, the radiating real movement. You wake up and sometimes it's just like whatever mood you're in, you just take a picture and then you talk about it. And for me, like there have been situations where I'm like, I haven't posted yet today, and I'll like take a picture of me eating a sushi roll. like
I have done videos like that or live streams where I'll wake up, be like, good morning, everybody. And then I just like go brush my teeth, wash my face, and then I'll stop and pause and look in the mirror like, I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go. But I know if I don't go, there's nobody else that's going to do my job as well as I do because I'm my own person. I know how I like stuff done. So I need to go. So, but I have had those days where I just don't want to get up. I don't want to get out of bed. I just want to just lay there and just sleep. I could sleep. I'll be dead to the world sometimes, but I think everybody should encourage themselves, whether you're short, you're tall, fat, you're skinny, you're in between. I feel like everybody should love themselves.
Yes.
No.
I love how your Instagram page reflects just the amazing person you are. You're just very life positive, even when it isn't all positive. You just embrace
not.
it.
It's not always, you're not always positive. I try to let people understand, like, you'll see me smile in a picture, but that don't mean I'm actually happy.
Right.
And so you have to understand that if I'm really upset or I'm depressed, I will leave social media for a while, like a good hot minute, just to reflect on myself and reflect on what made me feel that way and what made me feel upset. I will sit there and reflect on, like, okay, so this what made me upset. This is why it hurt me. And I'll talk to my mom about it, because my mom will be like, okay, I understand. I understand that hurt you. You're going to have those days. You're going to be upset. You're going to feel like somebody punched you, knocked you down 10 steps, but you're going to have to climb up higher and you're going to get there. And, I try to reflect that same energy onto my kids. Like, hey, you might get knocked down 10 more steps, but you know what? I got your back because I love you. Your family loves you.
Yeah, because one of the things that I've been loving, and I'd actually mentioned it to Kara earlier today and everything, was how we're seeing more positive self-reflections even in the media. I was talking about how earlier today I was watching, well, not today, but yesterday I was watching one of the NBA games and all of that, and it was actually the commercial for Indeed, which is a job site and all of that. But what they were talking about is they actually had a trans person that was going for a job interview, and they were going for that job interview and all of that, and they asked the person at the end, and of course it was all the process of going for an interview, getting dressed, trying to figure out what you were going to wear, how you're going to present yourself in the interview and all of that. But the closing part of the interview was the interviewer asked that person how they wanted to be identified, and they said they them as the way that they wanted to be identified. And I was just so glad to see that as a commercial on a major sporting event, because we're talking the NBA semifinals that this commercial was airing on. So just seeing that kind of reflection going on in society was a positive step. So as we're celebrating Pride Month, it's just so good to see these kind of things becoming more mainstream and becoming more the norm.
Yeah, like I'm very happy to see a lot of people being more comfortable with themselves. Like,
Right.
it takes courage to step out here and be like, listen, this is who I am. Right. You can either accept me or just leave me alone. Like, it's so hard because, especially like for me being 24, and I have male friends that are really cool. They know their boundaries, but when it comes to talking to a guy and actually tell him how I feel and just sitting down and telling him, like, hey, I'm bisexual, as soon as that hits their mind, they automatically think, okay, well, it's cool. We can have another girl in our relationship. And I'm like, whoa, wait. No, you crossing the line right there. And a lot of guys cross that line where they think it's okay to do that. It's not. And I had to explain to some guys, like, listen, it's not okay for you to do that. You date a girl, she says she's bisexual. Don't be looking at other females. Don't do this, don't do that, because that's disrespectful. Right. And she has feelings. Like, just because we like men and women, that don't mean we don't have feelings. Like, we don't have emotions. We're not emotionless. We have feelings and we know how we feel. So for you to step and cross that line, that's gonna hurt. That's seriously gonna hurt. And so it's hard when it comes to something like that, because certain guys understand and certain guys don't.
Yes. And I love that you mentioned all that, because yes, it's like, oh, like, no, that's polyamory. You're talking about polyamory. Yeah. I'm a monogamous person. There can be straight people who want to date other people. You don't say, oh yeah, hey, want to bring another person in the relationship? Like, no, you don't. But the second you have this notion of what bisexuality is, or insert any type of sexuality that is not heterosexuality, like, people just have these connotations. So I love just talking to you and, you know, knowing what I feel and how I feel, and knowing that like it's like we're very similar and how we feel and also how we're portrayed. Like you were saying, you know, we actually do consider other people's feelings. You know, we're not heartless individuals. We're not just liking everyone. We just have I guess a wider dating pool.
Yeah, we have like a wider genre of who we like to date. It's not, oh well, you know what? I'm just gonna be emotionless. I'm just gonna turn my emotions off. But okay, go ahead. That's not who I am or anybody should be. Everybody should share how they feel. Like if everybody just say what's on their mind, the world will be a better place. Like most of my friends are my friends because I'm honest. They ask me my honest opinion and I will tell it to them. Like, listen, this is my honest, deep down in my soul opinion. Like I just feel like everybody should be honest, share their emotions, because that's part of communication.
Yeah.
Sharing all those things, communication. Like if you ain't got no communication,
right,
all hell gonna break loose. Oh Lord Jesus, we gonna have to pray for that one. Because like I know a lot of people misunderstand what it means about communication. They say, okay, we have to talk to each other all the time. Like, no, like if you feel like something is bothering you, tell me, talk to me. Don't sit here like I'm okay. You always have that one person, they be like, what's wrong? You look upset. No, I'm good.
No, I'm fine.
I'm okay. I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong over here. And you obviously you can see there's something wrong. But also it's up to them to tell you. Like I also tell people like don't push them into telling you. You have to wait and let them tell you.
Quick question for both of y'all that just popped into my mind and everything, and it's something that I've had a couple of conversations I've been part of, including some on Clubhouse. But just like within the racial community, and like whether it's African American or Latin American, sometimes you hear folks talking about how they will use things to divide the population. It might be man versus women, light skin versus dark skin, or a number of things along that line. I've seen some of that even taking place within the LGBTI plus community as well, where you will see some people that will try to paint it as if one group is better off than the other. I was just in a clubhouse recently, like yesterday, maybe it was this morning, where they were almost trying to make it seem as if the lesbian population had it better than the gay male population. And I think that that's a bunch of bullshit, but I'm just going to call it what I thought of it when I heard it and everything. But I did hear that, and that was in a room that was predominantly African American. And I'm sitting there going like, that just seems like another example of dividing a group that is trying to fight for their rights as well, and trying to create this whole division thing going on and all of that. But as young ladies, both of you, I'd love to know your thoughts on that, because as I was hearing this conversation, and like I said, it might have been 2 this morning, I was in there going like, I'm believing that I'm hearing this.
Oh man,
so, take it away.
My thing is like everybody's trying to divide everybody from something, whether it's light skins are better in bed, dark skins got better hair. Everybody is trying to separate somebody. Like at my job, we had to cut that off because this one guy was like, I'm like her color, I'm light skinned. I was like, whoa, wait, we not finna do that. That's one thing we're not finna do, because we all come from the same person, the same place. And we should all just love each other. We bleed the same blood. And there's nothing different. We might have different blood types. That's the only thing different. But the color of our blood is still gonna be red. Yeah. It's still gonna be red. And no matter what people say or think, we should just love each other. No matter if it's oh well, I think this group is better than that group. No, 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 no. We should just come together, just come big one happy family. Just bring it all in. Let's hug it out. Let's talk about it and then solve the situation, because I just don't, when it comes to stuff like that, I don't see color anymore. I don't see color. I don't see the type of sex. I just don't. I feel like if you want to have an argument about something, we need to argue about employees getting treated wrong. We need to argue about why they're homeless veterans out here. We need to argue about children getting kidnapped. We need to argue about something like that, not argue about something that is not going to help this world or our environment. That's how I see it, in my opinion.
I agree.
I think with fear or not knowing, just not knowing and not having information and only knowing what you've heard versus information, that can cultivate fear. Mm-hmm. And fear keeps people separated, and it keeps people hidden, and it keeps other people, like, it keeps the powerless feeling powerless and the powerful feeling powerful. And so there are certain dynamics and statistics within the group, such as, I'd be interested to understand or listen to the context of what they were talking about regarding lesbian women being better off out of all of the groups. That would be interesting what the context was about. But even then, within all of us, you have to worry about higher levels of mental illness and lack of support systems, because we are battling with our identities versus society, whether or not society accepts identities that we have. And that's why we are more comfortable with people who are of the same identity, right? Because we are more accepted. So the more you section yourself off for safety, the more you are, I guess, prone to not have information regarding other groups or other people who are not like you. So I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, we all have statistics. Like, bisexuals are more prone to be ambidextrous. I don't know if you're ambidextrous, Ali, but you can use like both left and right hands. It doesn't matter.
I am ambidextrous. I use both hands for everything.
Oh wow.
I love, like, if I'm really busy at work, I will catch myself using this hand to write out this order and then try to do something else with this hand. It's insane. Like, I did not know that could actually happen.
Yeah. But and then they're more dangerous and I don't know. It's just there are statistics and there are observations, general observations, and there are stereotypical people in the LGBTQIA plus community, and then there are atypical, right? And I just love it when people are like, oh, I didn't know. Like, well, I didn't have a sign, or I didn't have like a giant bisexual shirt on, or sometimes people would be like, oh, it makes sense. Like, what about it makes sense, And
I really don't like those people right there. They're like, oh, that kind of makes sense. I see why. Cause like, I cut my hair, and for me and my family on my great grandmother's side, that's a spiritual journey that you're going through when you cut your hair. So I cut my hair, and then I'll tell somebody I'm bisexual. Oh, that makes sense. That's why you cut your hair.
No, it's a family thing.
Excuse me? What? And it always be that one, you had that one person that will say that, but then knowing me, if I had a bad day at work, a really bad day, like a tough day, and I'm tired, I will roast that person. I will roast them until I get home. Cause I have had that happen before. This guy said, "Oh yeah, that makes sense because my hair was short," and I was like, "Well, what don't make sense is why you got dusty shoes on with those pants." Like I was already heated. I was already tired, and I was ready to go home.
Yeah.
But those type of people, normally I just ignore them. I'm like, okay, thank you for your 2 cents. Thank you.
But and it's a sense of self-preservation by you have every right to identify in whatever label you see fit. But for it to be the other way around, and for someone to label you, that is a type of oppression. And
it's very offensive,
and preservation of yourself, that you feel that you need to do that towards
and also it's like people also have to think about people have really bad mental issues, like really bad. Like I know I suffer from really bad depression issues. I have really bad anxiety issues. So, but I learned to control that. I learned, not everything, to not let everything hurt me as much. Like not let everything hurt me as much, and just, go about my day, go about my life, and just live my life to the fullest. But for those who are not like me, that suffer through all that, it can lead up to some more, like some horrible things, and that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't have to happen at all.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree with you. And to answer your question, Kara, the context was within the concept of media images and the way that people perceive what's acceptable. So as I recall, like I said, I didn't have my notebooks. I didn't write all the notes. It seemed to me that they were talking about that, like, lesbian kisses and lesbian relationships were more acceptable than, say, male relationships. Now, there were also some people in that same conversation that were claiming that Hollywood was controlled by the LGBT community, which I also think is total bullshit as well. Excuse me, I'm just using that term, and
I would love for them to control Hollywood. That would be amazing.
That'd be fun. Like I would be waiting for them to come out with a movie or something, or a TV series. A TV series will be awesome. Yeah. But now that you explained it more, I mean,
yeah.
Good Lord Jesus Christ. Okay, so this is my
comfortable with. This is my thought. I think it's all beautiful. All of it's beautiful, but people have their thoughts about specific things.
Like my thought is, like, you have to look at both sides of the story. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, gay guy relationships were bad. Like they would kill a guy for him being gay. I read this one story where this boy, it was like way back in the day, he found out his son was gay. He dumped him off in the woods with $1 in a tent in a sleeping bag. I understand where the gays are coming from, like from their point of view, from their perspective, I understand. And then as far as lesbians go, every man wanted to see a lesbian. Like, if that's a thing, back then every man wanted to see a lesbian couple. Whether it was walking down the street, holding hands, wearing the same outfits, or having sex, even most men wanted to see that. Like, it was a thing. It was a thing. So I see it from their point of view as well. But now that I think about it, now we're coming into reality of the year of 2021. It should be easier on both parts, no matter what you're doing. It should be easy. It shouldn't be complicated, but it is. You shouldn't get hate from it, but you do. You shouldn't get bashed saying you're going to hell for it, but you are. It's reality. It's going to happen. It's going to be everywhere, and everybody, I'm not telling everybody they have to deal. You go sit here and deal with it. Just deal with it. No, you don't have to. But you should think about the bright side of it. If you weren't who you are, you wouldn't be where you are today. If your past was perfect, then you wouldn't be who you are today.
No, I agree with you on that. And there's so many stereotypes that exist within that context. Because you're right. I've had friends of mine that have told me, because I mentioned that I've got friends that are in the bisexual community, and then they're oftentimes wanting to know about what Kara just alluded to earlier. When is that three-way or whatever going to happen? And I'm sitting there going like, that does not mean that that's what that is even in the picture of what they're thinking, because it's totally different types of relationships, as you just discussed, and everything, because there's a difference between somebody that's bisexual and somebody that's in that poly kind of concept of life and all of that. But you do have that. And the other stereotype that I really get tired of is the folks that think that automatically every couple has got to have somebody that's going to be the really one that they consider really attractive, and the one that they consider to be more masculine or more feminine, depending on what the relationship is. But that's another stereotype that I really get tired of. But I hear it all the time here in North Carolina, but I hear it throughout the country, where people are automatically thinking that somebody's got to be the prettier in the relationship, and if there's that kind of relationship going on and everything. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but don't make that stereotype. But I think that too often we get caught up in those stereotypes.
Yeah, I think that's really rude. And also you get the stereotype, oh, one of them gotta be mean and the other one gotta be nice.
Exactly.
I really dislike that, because why are you so focused on their relationship? Focus on your relationship. What's going on in your relationship? Shall we take a peek into your relationship? Like, this is why I'll be like laughing at people like that sometimes, because like you have some people like that, they'll say those stereotypes, and I'll be looking at them like, this is why you still single.
Well, and it goes back to fear too, because if you don't understand relationships that are not heterosexual, so you still want to peg relationships in a stereotypically heterosexual way, like, oh, who's the more feminine, or who's the more strong, or who's like you said, the angry one and the sweet one. You may have you can have like two angry, strong, or angry or sweet or whatever, right? Like two strong people in a relationship, and a heterosexual relationship, and it can be the same way in any other relationship. And I feel like we cannot talk enough about the transgender community and how important it is to talk about them, and make sure that their voices are magnified, only because people are, I've heard lately, like, oh, everyone wants to talk about it all the time, like it's this big thing. Like, no, it's a human thing, and we all should be able to live. And so that's why it's being talked about more, because we all just need to live the way we want to live and have no shame. And part of that is other people having that education so that they have the choice to understand and love. Ultimately, you have to choose to love or to hate, and it's just
everybody has that choice.
At the end of the day, make that choice. Or you're either going to love or hate the people that you see represented, or the people in your life. And there's a way to go about it. There are actions that you take. And if you choose love, then act on love, period.
Yeah. No,
I believe in that too, because it's a lot of hate going on in this world, to where you got people hurting themselves and people just doing stupid stuff, to where we just have to be like, listen.
Yeah.
We just have to love each other, man. It's hard, but sometimes you gotta give them some tough love,
Yes.
The good old fashioned tough love. That's what my mom always says. She's like, I love you. Like, when me and my mom get into an argument, and it don't matter who's right, we still show each other tough love at the end, and we come back together. We just come back together, and then we talk about it. And we have like discussions. Like, that's something you don't see in the household today. You don't see kids sitting here having conversations face to face with their parents. I mean, I know there's COVID still out there, but you can't do that now. But I'm talking before that hit, you don't see them like, hey, mom, come to your house so we can have a face-to-face talk. It's been God knows when since I saw you. Like, when my mom left Tennessee first, I haven't seen her in like almost 4, like I think it was 3. No, it was an entire year. I haven't seen her for an entire year. We FaceTime, we video chat. Like it's fun doing that, but when you actually hear, when you can physically talk to like the person, like your mom, your dad, it's like, huh, like where have you been all my life, mom? Like, good God, why didn't we talk like this earlier? And
Yes.
and everybody needs to understand, like, you need to love each other. You just need to love each other. And the world will be if everybody just was honest, they loved each other, they were kind, the world will be a better place. But also, we're not perfect, and the world is not perfect, so I guess we're just gonna have to live with it.
Yes.
Live with it and just keep going.
Keep
No doubt
going.
about it. I know we're here to wrap everything up and everything. It's been a great conversation. I've thoroughly, like I said, enjoyed meeting you and everything. And I can relate to that Southern ties, being here in North Carolina and even, you having family roots in Tennessee, because I do know about that tough love. I remember when grandma would have us go and get the switch. And if you came back with a baby switch,
Oh,
you're going to have to go get a bigger switch. So I'm sure that you can relate to that. So you go get the little baby switch and you try to like have it.
oh no, I was ready. I knew like my grandparents didn't play, so I'll go out there and get the switch they wanted. I was like, here you go. It was like between medium, like it was like a medium size switch. I didn't get a big one, I got a medium one. But my grandma always said it was okay. My grandma didn't play. She did not play.
Yeah, most grandmas don't play. That's very true and
Oh my
everything.
gosh.
I know one of the things we always do at the end is let folks know how they can reach us and everything. So I guess, well, usually Jacoby's the last one. So I guess I'll start off. So you can generally find me under Lee Entertainment 62 on Instagram as well as on Facebook and other sources like that. Also, Mr. Blues Radio 62 on YouTube, where you can find back issues of various shows that I'm a part of, including I try to, when I can remember, put this one on there as well. So definitely that's one of the places that you can find me at. So since it's your guest, I'll toss it to Kara, and then Kara will toss it to our guest. So Kara, I'm tossing it to you.
So you can find me on Instagram under Deep End Roots Health Coaching, and all one word. And you can also find me on Facebook, Deep End Roots Health Coaching, and deependingyourroots.com. But mostly you can find me on Instagram and all that jazz. So there you go. Aaliyah, take it away.
Hey everybody. Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at Alia ALIAH, all lowercase 423 on Instagram. Also, you can find me on Facebook as Aaliyah Robinson. My character has like a shortcut. You'll find me also my Facebook page has all my business information, my Twitch information, my Discord information. So if you want to go follow me on there, and just click the links down below and it'll lead you straight to my Twitch and my Discord.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I just appreciate you so much. I know I said this throughout the interview, but I just, not only are you just an amazing neighbor and human, and I love your family so much. I just,
we love you too.
I just appreciate you and your transparency and your vulnerability and just you being real. And that's what we love here on the Gamer Stand. We just always want to, break down those barriers of like our differences and just be like, these are people and they're doing amazing things. And I just appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you and Sir Henry, a little Sir Henry. I appreciate him, and I appreciate everybody for letting me, come on here and say my piece, my peace and unity. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much.
No
Of
problem.
course.
We look forward to having you back on, hopefully with Jacoby and sharing some of y'all's wisdom together and all of that. And on that note, I'm going to put on the intro/outro and get us on out of here. But it's been a great show, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. And I think we brought a lot of knowledge and wisdom to the folks that have been watching. And I do know that Jacoby has said that he will be putting it up on his Twitch and on some of the other things. So if folks may be catching it on what my friend Brian Showman calls team replay. So there have been some folks watching live, but we might get some folks watching on a team replay as well. So on that note, let's get on out of here.